Hey everybody at Not Your Average Joe TV, it's your boy Joseph Harris, and I actually am making today, trying out a macadamia nut encrusted salmon. I had some salmon, I had some macadamia nuts that a friend of mine actually just brought back from Hawaii, and I was like, well, I think I could ground them up and try and make something with it. So I thought, well, why don't I put the two together and see what it turns out. So I did a little bit of research, and what I did was I ground the macadamia nuts very coarse, and I mix it with a little bit of panko. What I'm going to do is just take some simple seasoned salt to seasoned salt blend and just grind that on top of my salmon. Be sure to season liberally. Some people don't like a lot of seasoning, don't like a lot of salt. I mean, just do it according to your taste buds. But always make sure that you season your food. I think that's probably the biggest mistake that people do when they're cooking is not season your food. It's very important. So as you can see, I'm just seasoning it liberally. This thing doesn't come out a lot at a time, so you just season it up. Put that on there. You can add, salt to it if you want. I'm not going to. It should be pretty well seasoned. Then what I'm going to do is just take this and dip it in a little bit of egg. It's just egg that I beat. And then I'm going to let it drain. I'm going to add it into my macadamia nuts and my panko. And I'm just going to crust this all in here until it's well coated. It's almost like you're breading a fish, to fry. It's basically that same concept, except you're using macadamia nuts. So once you do that, I'm just going to give my hands a quick wash here. Alright, and then what you're going to do is add some oil to a pan, some olive oil. We got some extra virgin olive oil, a very hot pan, so medium high heat. When you add it, you don't want to just throw the fish into the pan. That's burned waiting to happen. So what you want to do is just lay it very carefully into the pan, and you hear that? Yeah, that's the good sound you want. So basically, I'm just going to brown this on both sides. Then once it's brown, I'm going to actually transfer it to an oven-safe dish, and then I'm going to pop it into the oven and cook it for about 15 minutes on 400 degrees until it's cooked all the way through. And the salmon's going to be absolutely delicious. So like I said, I'm just going to brown it on both sides, put it in the oven at 400 degrees and let it cook for about 15 minutes until it's cooked all the way through. And then just going to serve it, I believe, with some couscous, or you can serve it with just anything. You can do rice, you can do quinoa. That's actually what I'm going to do it with. And serve it with some broccolini, and voila, you've got yourself some macadamia nut encrusted salmon. So if you like this recipe and this particular demonstration, just watch out for May 10th, 2013. That's when the launch of Not Your Average Joe TV is actually going to take place. Up until then, you can follow me here on YouTube, or you can follow me on Facebook and like my page, Not Your Average Joe TV, or you can follow me on Twitter at NTURAVG Joe. And that's on Twitter. And we look forward to seeing you guys on May 10th during our launch date. Take care.